The next chapter, chapter 27, باب ما جاء في النشرة. And nusra here means curing through magical spells. That you seek cure. A person is already afflicted with magic or black magic or whatever, and he seeks cure. It's a disease, he needs to be cured. So what do people do? The means that people should take to cure themselves from magical spells that happen unto them, it has to be permissible. What people do, some of them, they would go to a magician, right, to seek cure by a magician, that he would figure out where the spell is, right, where it's hidden at, so that it become untied and then they will be okay. Is this permissible or not? As we will see in the chapter, that this is not permissible, even if it would bring cure, because the mean has to be justified. How can it be justified when they go to a kafir, to a sorcerer that is using the jinn, that is forbidden? The medicine, the ways that we seek cure has to be curable, has to be halal, not something that is haram, physically or something matters of kufr. Same thing if a person is sick and they tell him that you have to drink wine, for example, to get you stolen your kidney, whatever these things that they say, it is not permissible. It's haram because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make in anything that is haram for us a cure for us. Even if it cures some, it is not a cure for us. That means there is means of halal that is cure for us. The first hadith عن جابر رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم سئل عن النشرة فقال هي من عمل الشيطان. رواه أحمد بسند جيد وأبو داود وقال سئل أحمد عنها فقال ابن مسعود يكره هذا كله. That he mentioned here the hadith of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم narrated by Jabir, that he was asked about an-nushra. Nushra is a way of cure that mentioned specifically for those who have mess or a magical spell or whatever there is. And it's called nushra, as it's mentioned, because it spreads out what have been condensed in his mind of false diseases and things of that nature, that his mind or his heart or whatever there is concealed. So as a result of that, when it's spread out, that means it becomes clear to him again. But again, this is the literal meaning of it, but it means the cure that the people of Al-Jahiliyyah, they used to seek with regarding to going to the magicians and so on. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that it's from amal al-shaytan, it's from the deeds and the actions of the shaytan. So it shows clearly that it's not permissible. It is not permissible whatsoever for a person to seek cure from sorcery and magic by going to the magicians and the sorcerers to deal sihr, to oppose the sihr. Right? You have sihr, you have magic. It is not permissible to do another magic to cure this magic. This is not permissible. And it also how the people should ask in matters of that they need in matters of deen. They ask the Prophet ﷺ and the inheritors of the Prophet ﷺ, the people should ask. And then he says that in Al-Bukhari عن قتادة يقول قلت لابن المسيب, reported that one asked before that Imam Abu Dawud reported that when asked by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal about this, he said Ibn Mas'ud disliked all of this, meaning that it's not just dislike, it's something that is not permissible. Al-Bukhari reports from Qatada rahimahullah, he said, I said to Ibn al-Musayyib, a man is under a magical spell or is under or is unable to cohabitate with his wife. رجل به طب أو يؤخذ عن امرأته. Should we treat him by a nushra or apply some other means to cure the spell or the sorcery? This is a fact that can happen to a person. A person is affected by a magical spell, he is not able to cohabit with his wife, right, as a result of the act of sorcery. So he asked Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib, and he is one of the great of the tabi'een, one of the people of knowledge. So he replied, it is alright because they intend restoration or mending. That which benefits is not forbidden. Right? So this is what he said. Imam Al-Hasan Al-Basri is of the view that only a sorcerer, magician can break the spell of another sorcerer. Ibn Al-Qayyim rahimahullah wrote that al-nushra is removing the effects of sorcery spell from the affected one, and it is of two types. the use of magic to remove the effects of another magic, and it is an act of shaitan, as the Prophet ﷺ commented this, and this is clearly stated. The effect of magic can be removed, the second type, can be removed by making recitation of Quranic verses, by offering legitimate prayers, as well as by using pharmaceutical preparations. This type of nushra is permissible, so it depends on how the word is used. If it's used to remove the effect by another magic, this is not permissible. And he said, to which the comment of Imam al-Hasan al-Basri applies, it means that the one who performs sorcery and the patient both get closer to shaitan by that which he loves. Shaitan then removes the effect of magic from the afflicted. So that means it happens, yes. If they go to the magician might be able to remove the effect of the magic spell or so, right? But still this is not something that is permissible, although it has a clear cure. So, and what Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he said, is basically bringing all these opinions together, that what is permissible is to use the Quran, the permissible things, but not to go to a magician to seeking cure from a magician. Right? So again, what Sa'id al-Musayyib, he said, he did not mean that it's permissible to go to a magician to cure one's spell or so. He did not mean that. He meant the things that are permissible, that would cure the person. Definitely it's something that is permissible, right? So they did not approve of it. They made it not permissible, as the Prophet ﷺ said. So clear this chapter. So it's not permissible to cure oneself with magic by going to magicians.